Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday. I don't know what fucking day it is. Was it July 20th? Is that what it's going to be? Is that what it's going to be, pal? Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's Sunday night, July 19th. When I'm doing this, I am in Ottawa. I'm in my hotel room. I am stone sober. They have Cuban cigars here. I have not smoked one. And I am sitting in bed right now with a plate full of raw vegetables that was supposed to come with hummus, but came with ranch dressing instead. So I'm trying to avoid that so I can somehow make my goal of being down to $1.80 this week, which I think I am. But I don't have access to a fucking scale here. That's what it is. That's where I'm at. This is what boozing and eating pizza and beer and all this other fucking horse shit. This is where it gets you. At some point, you got to pay the piper and sit here with a bunch of vegetables, eating this fucking crap. Oh, I want to punch a rabbit right now. I don't even know why. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that I ate the way I. If I ate like a fucking rabbit, then, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I was so excited like a minute ago. Now I'm just fucking, what's the point of living? If you're not killing yourself slowly, what is the point of living? What is the point of living? Think about it. All this shit that, that's going to kill you someday. That's the best fucking time, right? Smoking, drinking, eating. Fucking some whore raw. No, sorry. I need to watch my mouth there because I'm in a nice hotel. I don't want to disturb the people around us. So anyways, this is just one of these deals. This sucks right now, but in the morning I'm going to be psyched. Oh, I wanted a burger. Oh, old Billy fucking pasty flabby tits wanted a burger. No burger for you. There will be no burger for you. I'm not going to eat or drink the entire podcast, but I just had some celery, right? Which celery, I think this chemical makeup is like air and water, as far as I know, with some green dye number 5. But I got one of those celery hairs in the back of my throat right now. Ah, you fucking veggie cunts. How do you guys do it? Like a true vegetarian. Well, they don't sit around eating this shit. They actually have better meals. I love when you meet like a fat vegetarian. It's just like you're fucking yourself over on 2 levels right now. You know what I mean? It's like you're not eating meat, and that sucks. And then you're not even eating good food. You're just sitting there eating, like, Doritos. It's actually good. Don't tell them, There's too many fucking people. Let them die. That's what I say. Is that what you say? Oh, that's what I say on my podcast. That's what I say. Let the fat vegetarians who don't know how to eat right, let them die. I implore the next leader of our great nation of the United States of America, of the Americas, of America, please, just let him die. Okay? I don't mean people with diseases. Let's try to help that shit. But if you're just shoving well, wait a minute. Maybe that's how you got the disease, because you kept shoving shit down your fucking throat. Let him die. That's what, if I was running for president, that would be my campaign message. And I would contact Hootie and the Blowfish, and I would ask him if I could have the rights to let her cry, and I would just have it let him die instead. And I'd contact the black dude whose name is not Hootie. What is it, Frank Gifford? I don't know what his fucking name is. Why did I think Frank Gifford? Dustin something or other. What is his fucking name? I have it. Darius Rucker, right? I'd have him go, and if they're eating fucking shit, let them die. Oh, let them die. He did a lot of fucking whining there. Oh, what a fucking genius that guy was. He saw the writing on the wall, and he was just like, you know what? We made our money. I'm fucking out. And I'm African American, and I am steering my creative ship into the overt heart of white racism, and I'm going to put out a country album, and goddamn it, I'm going to be successful. And he did it. The fucking guy did it. The white version of that is if you played a ukulele in one of those fucking, those those bands where chicks with dirty feet sit there and watch them after they take off their boots, and you just put out like a rap album and crushed it, and all you did was he put on like a trucker cap, like that was his big thing. So you'd still dress the way you dress, and you just put on like a do-rag or something, and you went from singing about the Appalachian Trail to rapping about, I don't know, what would you rap about? How dope your ukulele is? You get your face airbrushed on the back of it, and just come out. I want to see somebody do that. Go down one of those 8 Mile open mics, and I want you to come down with a custom ukulele, a do-rag, white as hell. You got to be, I was going to say at least as white as me, but I mean, at that point, then you're going into albinos. Boy, you got to be super white. I want to see you go down. Just see how long you can fucking laugh. All they're going to do is boo. Come on, man. You can take a good boo and, go down there and fucking have one of your buddies airbrush yourself in the I'm the shit pose and just come walking out with your do-rag and your fucking ukulele and just have it flipped over so they can see your face and just have a dead serious look on your face like you are about to blow everybody's fucking minds. And then rap over the ukulele and just see how long you can go. Why not? Why the fuck not? Oh, I'm babbling. I'm babbling in Ottawa. Is that a Meg Ryan movie? Is Tom Hanks, is he lonely? Is he going to come up and bang her out there in the canal? They never show the banging in those Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan movies. That's why they never rang true for me. It's like, I get it. You're finding love and all that. But at some point, you two got to fuck. And I'm not seeing it, so I'm calling bullshit. More vegetables. Oh, yeah. Keep them coming. I call bullshit. I don't think that Sleepless in Seattle story ever happened. Why am I eating vegetables on a fucking podcast? Do you know a lot of the train conductors, they eat while they do the announcements. That's why you can't hear them. They just shove a bunch of food in their mouth like this. No, it's like, next fucking stop is going to be Ruggles. Ugh, is there anything worse than a fucking tomato? Maybe they're in season up here. I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. Fucking tomatoes, man. Unless you pull them out of your yard. What are you getting? All right. No more reading. If you're going to eat, take it away from the microphone. If you're still listening to this, I want you to call Suicide Hotline. Oh, fuck, am I sober and awake? Jesus Christ. You know what? First of all, I had a rough one coming in here. I left LAX. Oh, my God. I went down to LAX to get on Air Canada. We have a leaf on the tail that represents what our nation's about. Throw in some syrup and some mild racism and a couple of terrorists trying to cross the border. We play hockey and that ice shuffleboard that I can't remember the name of. Who's our president? No one fucking cares. Keep heading north and you'll meet Santa Claus. Or get mauled by a fucking polar bear that fucked a grizzly bear. Right? That's everything I know about Canada. They actually have polar bears and grizzly bears that have fucked at this point. Like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan never did in Sleepless in Seattle. And they had a gola bear. Or a fucking pizzy. Pizzly bear. Yeah, you gotta go Goler. Goler or Pizzy. That's a bad one. That little cub's gonna get the shit kicked out of him at school. All right? Hey, you're fucking different, man. Right? Anyways, what am I talking about? So I went to fly in, right? Or ride in. Pilot flies. I just sit in the back riding in. And we got out onto the tarmac. That's a word you never want to hear during your flight. The second they use the word tarmac, you're going to be delayed at least 2 hours. As you may have noticed, the pilot has pulled over onto the tarmac. We're going to be shutting the engines down here on the tarmac. tarmac. I don't even know what the fucking tarmac is. I have no idea what the fuck it is. All I know is that means you're going to sit there for 2 hours. But there was all this crazy fucking weather. All this thunder and lightning and all that shit. So I'm like, absolutely. Pull over to the side. I'd rather sit here. So I sat there, and I don't even know what the fuck I did. But basically, I was supposed to connect through Toronto to get here to Ottawa. And I missed that connection, and I was supposed to be in Ottawa by 8 o'clock, and I missed my connection so bad that where they hooked me up on the flight, the next flight, I left at 10:35 out of Toronto. So it was brutal, but I didn't die, so it's fine. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, as long as it was, I still went from L.A. to Toronto to Ottawa in one day, which was impossible up until a couple of decades ago, right? In the 70s, you couldn't do that. They had to pull over and stop, fight off some indigenous people as they tried to refuel in some godforsaken place. Like nonstop flights from L.A. to Toronto, I don't think that started until the early 90s, as far as my Wikipedia page says. Obviously, I know that. When was the last time when did they first being able to go from like New York to L.A. without stopping? Well, I don't know, Bill. Why don't you look it up? I guess I don't give a fuck. I'm just talking. Filling up fucking time. I'm filling up your little ride to work right now, huh? How's your car doing? Is it sputtering along? Is it running good? What is it doing? Why did you buy that car? So anyways, on the flight out there, I watched the Maltese Falcon. Whenever they have that on there, I love Humphrey Bogart. And if you're a big Frank Sinatra fan, Frank was a huge fan of Humphrey Bogart. And when you watch Humphrey Bogart, you see a lot of elements of his swagger in Sinatra's style. And I have to tell you right now, if you're trying to quit smoking and drinking, do not watch the Maltese Falcon. Do not watch that movie. Humphrey Bogart makes smoking and drinking look like the greatest thing ever. And before you like, oh, just so you know, that guy died of fucking lung cancer. I know, he smoked Camels unfiltered like a fucking chimney. Do you know what else he did? He became one of the biggest stars Hollywood has ever known. And he hooked up with, what was it, Bogey and Bacall, Lauren Bacall, when she was like 19. She was like, that is a fucking stellar human being. He was in his 40s. And they were fucking inseparable. They loved each other. And he never wanted to go out. There's two couples that I love. Bogey and Bacall and Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. They fucking made it. Now, obviously, Bogart died, so that really helps the marriage. But fucking Newman and Woodward fucking made it. But anyways, this fucking guy is just rolling his own cigarettes, which wasn't bad. But at one point in the movie, when he sits down with the fat man there, he hands him a fucking torpedo cigar. And if you look at the master shot, which is basically, how do I describe it? Jesus Christ, I've been in a couple movies. I should know this. The master shot is like whatever the scene is, that's the wide shot where you see where they are, everybody that's basically in the shot. That is the master shot. They usually shoot that first. And then they go, all right, coming around to your point of view, his point of view. We're going to do a 2-shot. We'll do a 3/4. We'll do a fucking close-up and all. It's all up to the director. But the master shot, if you look at the other shots, they're not smoking. But in the master shot, they're actually smoking cigars while acting and making one of the great movies of all fucking time. It's one of that's all I think of when I see that. I want an acting gig where I just on the master, I get to smoke a fucking great cigar. That's what I don't know. It's a fucking phenomenal movie, and I think one of the most underrated actors of all time, even though he's considered a legend, I think he's one of the best actors of all time, is, I hope I say his name right, Peter Lawford. I think is awesome, and the guy who plays the fat man in there, I should know all these people's names. He's fucking amazing. Just the sound of his voice, the way he plays it, the way he's just such an even-keeled, emotional person with everybody else is kind of erratic. And it's a fucking awesome movie. But if you stop smoking and drinking, I mean, it's fucking brutal. That's back in the day. Can you imagine back in the day, like if you just walked in to get car insurance and the guy's sitting across, hey, you want a drink? Yeah, let's fucking do it. The guy just gives you a shot. There's no drinking and driving. There's no laws against it. There's no breathalyzer. There's nothing. There's no airbags. Fucking water's fine. The fucking food hasn't been genetically altered. You just walk in places and, hey, you want something to, you want to smoke and a drink? Back then, you weren't an addict. You were just considered an adult. If you couldn't get your shit together, hey, he's a drunk. He's the town drunk. He's a fucking wino. Get your shit together. Right now, everybody's a fucking addict and it isn't their fault. I don't know. I guess I understand that with drugs. I certainly understand that with drugs and alcohol. I've lost some friends to that shit. But I got to say, with the food stuff, you know, I don't know about that one. It's just kind of like, just eat a salad. My oversimplify, it really is. I guess that's saying to an alcoholic, just don't drink. But you really just got to, like, I'm trying to say this in an empowering way. Like tonight, I wanted a burger. I wanted the fucking ribs. I wanted all of that shit. And you just got to get past that dumb thought and think like, do I really want to have to, do I like going to the gym? No. Do I want to go on the elliptical for the rest of my life? No. Just throw a couple of celery sticks down your fucking pie hole, and then that craving will be, like right now, I'm not even thinking about a steak. All I'm thinking right now is how awful vegetables taste. But you know what? I'll be fine. Look at my options. Cauliflower. If I was a vegetable, I'd be cauliflower. Isn't that sad? Like the ugliest vegetable there is. I had a green one the other day. You know something? If I wasn't so stoic, I'd start fucking crying right now. Just the last couple of days of eating has been fucking brutal. However, that's not what I came here to talk about, everybody. I came here to talk about how I was in Ottawa tonight. And it's hilarious. My agent goes to me. He goes, hey, before you do the Montreal Comedy Festival on Monday, there's this gig. This blues festival in Ottawa. Deep Purple's going to be there, yada, yada, all that type of shit. So I go, yeah, man, fuck it. I'll do that. When I was in Reno, there was a blues festival. All of a sudden, I don't know, about a week, this was like months ago, about a week out, the fucking word comes in that it's outside and I'm going to be going on in between bands. I'm like, what the so I call out my agent. I was just like, dude, I'm not trying to be a diva here, but didn't we already pay these dues? I thought I already did these. I did these gigs to not have to do them again, right? He's like, no, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Saget did it last year. He had a great fucking time. And I'm like, this thing is outside. Yes, it's outside. I go on in between bands. Yes, you go on in between bands. And I'm like, and it's good? And he's like, yes, it's good. Trust me, it's good. Now, I assume most of you guys who listen to this are not stand-up comedians, but any stand-up comic who's listening to this right now is like going, either laughing or going, no, don't take the gig. So I fucking show up and, Weird Al Yankovic had gone on like at like 5 p.m. when it was hot as shit. He's putting on all these fucking costumes and stuff. So he's laughing about it, and we're having and I'm standing there looking out in the crowd, and Bachman Turner Overdrive's playing on the other side. It's one of those things where they got 2 stages going. When they finish, then I go up, and then the next band. So they're out there, and I'm just looking at a bunch. There's no chairs. It's the summer, so it's still fucking, broad daylight, and it's fucking muggy as shit. And Bachman, I guess Bachman's the only guy left, and he's on the other side of the fucking parking lot. I get up every morning from the alarm clock for to take the 8:50 to the city. And I'm just sitting there taking this all in, going, I am going to eat my fucking ball. I'm going to bomb. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. And Al's going, they're good. And so, anyways, they end up bringing me up. This radio guy brings me up. Fucking amazing voice. Let's listen to Y105. And the guy sounds like amazing, right? Brings me up, and I come walking out there, and the whole crowd cheered. And it ended up being this fucking amazing show. And I was really kind of waiting for it to, in the first 8 minutes, I was waiting for it to go bad, and it was fucking amazing. And then I was outside, and I started thinking about Robin Williams. All those shows he did performing for the troops, those were outside. And I don't know, in the middle of it, I got like about 10 minutes in, I got inspired to like really quit being a fucking baby about this thing. Because, you know, you get out there, you know, if you think somebody's coming at you, you want to start fucking lashing out at people before they get you and everything. And reminds me of there's this famous story about Robin Williams. Joe Bartnick told me it. And, you know, he was royalty, Robin Williams, in San Francisco. So I guess there was some sort of concert that was supposed to happen, some huge band, and everyone's standing outside, you know, some giant fucking venue waiting to see this band, but it started raining and lightning and all this shit, so the band couldn't go on, and everybody was getting upset. But I guess Robin Williams was in the crowd, was there for the show, and he just said, fuck it, and went on stage for like an hour or an hour and a half and just did a off the, you know, the top of his head comedy show, fucking destroyed. And in the end of his show, the sun started coming out. The crowd went fucking nuts, and then he brought the band on. And I don't know, he told me that story. I was like, that's one of the coolest fucking things ever, you know? Somewhere in the middle of it, I started thinking about that story. But anyways, I want to thank everybody from Ottawa, in and around Ottawa, who came out to the show. You guys had no chairs. You stood up for an hour. I had a fucking great time. And while I was doing it, the sun was going down, and the sky was amazing. I kept making fun of that. Like, I would be in the middle of a joke, right? Telling a joke, yeah, it's my fucking wife, blah, blah, blah. I go, oh, God, how great was that breeze? I was saying all this shit I'd never said in 23 years on stage. How great was that? How great is the breeze? Look at those clouds. Somebody take a picture and share. It was unreal. It was a phenomenal gig. And to make it even better was, believe it or not, the company that we hired to animate F is for Family, which is coming out in December, is actually in Ottawa. So I went over there today, and I met everybody, and they were all cool as hell and young, and they thought the show was fucking hilarious, and it wasn't like anything they had ever seen. So, and I met this one woman who was, I'm not giving away any of the show, but was animating this really fucked up scene, and I was laughing that she got the scene just because of what the scene was about and her being a woman. And she said, and I was like, how did you end up getting this? She said, I actually requested it. I wanted to animate this scene. And I got to tell you guys, I don't talk any shit. I'm not well, who's kidding? Who? I fuck around. But when I talk about my career, I don't talk about any shit. But I will just say this. I was very, very excited when I left that studio today. And I think this show's going to be, I think this is the one, as far as I found the right thing where I can be funny the way I'm funny in stand-up and funny on the fucking podcast. I can be that kind of funny on TV. So I don't even feel like I'm jinxing it. I'm one of those fucking old ladies. Like, don't say that, then you're going to fucking jinx it. I think it's really coming out well. I'm trying to fucking not be too fucking excited, but just do me a solid, you guys. When that fucking thing comes out, just watch it on Netflix. Just fucking watch it so we get good numbers, because and then if you like it, please tell some other people. I don't think I'm going to have to ask you to do that after you watch it. I'm just saying that right now. Oh, Billy's talking a little shit here. Talking a little bit of shit. Then that's all I fucking need, right? I do stand-up, and then I do this fucking off-the-wall cartoon. I call it a day. Do a good 5 seasons of that, and then I fucking happy trails. I go by my fucking ranch in Alabama. I'll see you. Get the NHL package, the MLB package, the fucking whatever the basketball one is. I'll get the college one too. I'll get the fucking league pass, NFL pass, whatever the fuck it is. I'm getting all of those. All right? And then I'm getting me a case of fucking beer. That's it. I'm getting me a case of fucking beer. And then I'm going to join the Klan when I'm down there. And I'm going to see if I can like talk people out of it. Just show up to meetings and sort of nod as people are talking and just sort of be like that. You know, I mean, they're not that bad. Come on, you know, I'm just saying. And you know what's funny? That's what every group needs. Even if you have a good cause, you need somebody in there that does not share your point of view. Because if you don't, you go off the fucking rails. That's what the Klan needs. The Klan needs some members that don't hate black people. Just to fucking spin them back into reality. Wouldn't you think? Like these feminist groups, that's what the fuck they need. They need some fucking jerk-off guy like me in there just to fucking, you can't be in a group where everybody thinks the same way. You spin off down the fucking, it's like when conspiracy theorists get together. Our fucking eyebrows shoot up to the ceiling. Next thing you know, we're talking about, everything was an inside job. You need somebody there to be like, guys, do you realize how many people would have to be involved to pull that off? And everybody keeps their fucking mouth shut. And then you can be, oh, you know what? You're right. We got a little out of hand there. Maybe I'll drive by heckling Klan meetings in the South. Just drive by. They're not that bad if you get to know some people. I wouldn't agree with that. I have experiences that are like that. Just freaking out. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's do some reads this week. Fucking DraftKings has been breaking my balls. Just breaking my fucking balls. I love DraftKings. I don't know what they don't like that I make a joke that they're a fucking gambling website. They don't like it. I keep getting I got a text. They said earlier this week, just, we love the reads. Just don't say that we're a gambling website. Just say that it's more of a skill-based thing. It's just like, what are you talking about? It's like, you're gambling. You've combined fantasy baseball or fantasy football with the Vegas sportsbook. We're all adults. I don't have a problem with it. Why can't you just be who you are, DraftKings? This is the fucking letter I got here. Where is it here? All right. Okay, just sent saying the advertising. Did you see the email regarding DraftKings? Please remind Bill, not, capital N-O-T, to compare DraftKings to gambling. Well, I don't fucking get people that. First of all, gambling is legal. It's legal. What you're doing is fucking legal. Why are you ashamed? That's like saying, we're not having sex. We're just seeing how our bodies fit together. Right? That's probably a bad example. I gamble. The Pete Rose joke, not only is it funny, it fucking makes sense. So I'm going to continue to read it the way I always fucking read it. And, if you don't like it, then I guess, go to another podcast. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This isn't like radio. I can't get fired from my own fucking show. Fucking skill-based thing. That's what kills me, that you're sitting there as fucking adults and you can just sit there and say that lie. Unless you sat there in the meeting and you went like, listen, guys, this is just bad for business to say that this is a gambling website. So let's hope Bill is dumb enough to go along with it's more of a skill-based fucking thing. Well, I'm going to keep reading it the way I read it. What about the Howard Cosell thing that I do? You don't like that? If I don't make these things fucking entertaining, advertising people are just going to fucking fast forward through them. Listen, if MeUndies can roll with sweaty balls and no sweaty clam, I think you can handle a Pete Rose joke. We're all adults here. We know what they are. It's more of a skill-based fucking thing. That's what they used to say on the football card when I was in high school. When the bookie give you that. On the back it says not to be used for gambling. It's just a skill-based game. We all know what's going on. All right? There we go. That's like the two people at the office who are fucking and they think nobody knows. Everybody knows. All right? Just fucking drop your pants and go at it. All right. Dollar Shave Club, everybody. I gotta tell you, shaving the old way sucks a lot. It hurts. You lather up with cheap foam, wincing as hair is scraped from your face with those old, worn-out razors you won't throw away because they cost so much goddamn money. Not anymore. Dollar Shave Club sends amazing razors for a few bucks, and when you use them with their members-only Dr. Kavi's Easy Shave Butter, it completely changes the game. Forget foam. This stuff is the real deal. Yeah, you can't be shaving with foam, man. You can't do that. It's magic. Something happens when you put it on. It's hard to describe, but it feels amazing. It's the most gentle, peaceful shave imaginable. Jesus Christ, I want to do this naked while watching a sunset. You barely know you're shaving. Other shaving products can leave your face feeling dry and tight. It's awful. It is awful. But Dr. Kavi's Easy Shave Butter is high-quality stuff, just like their razors. It's got organic, all-natural ingredients like pear, cactus, and black willow bark, so your skin feels fresh, smooth, and moisturized after every shave. It's funny, if you rubbed any one of those things up against your face, you wouldn't like it. Pear, cactus, and black willow bark, but you put them together. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, except it's for your face. It's great if you have sensitive skin. My skin is so sensitive. Dr. Kavi's Easy Shave Butter from Dollar Shave Club is like nothing you've ever tried. Call to action. Dr. Kavi's Easy Shave Butter. Just one more reason to try Dollar Shave Club today. Do it today at dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. Marcy, hand me my coffee. All right, here they are. DraftKings, the always sensitive. DraftKings.com. Baseball's in full swing, and you can be part of the action right there all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to get paid when you can win huge prizes every day at DraftKings.com? It's like a brand new season every time you play. Just pick 2 pitchers, pick 8 position players, and pick up your cash, unless you fucking lose. That's it. Ask Peter from Colorado. He doesn't have a last name, but evidently he won. Last year, he won $1 million in one day, simply playing fantasy baseball at DraftKings. That's what he was doing. I think he was gambling on it. Enjoy the final read. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings.com. Even more have lost, or this thing would not be in business. Now it's your turn. Call to action. New contests start daily, so hurry to DraftKings.com right now and use the promo code DEFENSE to play for free in today's $10,000 fantasy baseball contest. DraftKings.com, official partner of Major League Baseball. Hilarious. Pete Rose can't gamble, but fuck the people in the stands. They can lose their houses for all we care. Obviously, gamble responsible. And DraftKings, all right, whoever the person is in the conference room right now playing this thing, lighten the fuck up, all right? I'm singing about sweaty balls with MeUndies, and they're selling like fucking hotcakes, okay? Everybody's always going to love sports. Everybody's always going to love gambling. You came up with a unique way to gamble. I think this is cool. You get to be your own GM. Why don't you just be who you are? If Bruce Jenner can be Caitlyn Jenner, I think you guys can be a gambling fucking website. Enter Defense for free entry now at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. Right there. All right. Trunk Club. It's so hard to say. Trunk Club. That's like Trump Tower. Trunk Club. Say it 10 times fast. Trunk Club. Summer has officially arrived. Jesus Christ, guys, it's almost fucking August. And that means you're too busy firing up the grill and sunning in the sand to even think about setting foot in a mall. Oh, doesn't that sound great? If I went to a barbecue right now, I'd have to, can I get the grilled veggies, no sauce? Ugh. The problem is you still need to look fresh. Oh, Jesus. Trunk Club gets it. Trunk Club gets it. That's why they've taken the hassle of shopping by shipping you a trunk of clothes that fit perfectly and make you look like $1 million. At Trunk Club/Burr, you answer simple questions about your style, preferences, and sizes, and then you're assigned an expert stylist who handpicks clothes curated from the best premium brands that are perfect for you. You pick what you like, and just that. A trunk full of clothes handpicked comes right at your goddamn door. You pay only for the clothes you want, and then you send the other crap back. No ongoing subscriptions, no hidden charges, just great clothes. And right now, their service is completely free. Get started at Trunk Club/Burr. That's Trunk Club/Burr. Start summer off right, or the middle of summer, with Trunk Club. One more time, Trunk Club/Burr. That's right. Get yourself some clothes that make, that will enhance your opening line while you're fucking drinking in one of those tents that they set up during the summer. All right, last one, everybody. LegalZoom. Do you want the government to decide what happens to your property and your minor children? Well, do you? If not, make the commitment to protect your family with a last will or living trust today. It's National Make-A-Will Month every month at LegalZoom.com. You might as well call it National Make-A-Will Year. And doing the right thing has never been easier. You really should do this shit. They've created a better way for you and your spouse to take control of your family's future. I know a lot of guys don't like making wills. That fucking freaks us out. But I'm telling you, it's a fucking load off your mind. Knowing that if you die, everybody's going to be fine. And they're all going to be sitting there. You know what? He shouldn't have ate all those donuts, but, he took care of us. Check out LegalZoom's new Last Will and Living Trust bundles. The more you plan ahead with wills, trusts, and powers of attorney, the more you save. Even if you're confused about all the options, don't let that hold you back. You can use their online resources and estate planning tool to help you figure out what you need, or get more specific guidance from LegalZoom's network of independent attorneys in most states, since they're not a law firm. Don't procrastinate when it comes to protecting your family. Get legal help you can count on at LegalZoom.com today. Don't forget to enter Burr in the referral box at checkout to save even more. That's LegalZoom.com, promo code Burr, LegalZoom.com. All right, mercifully, the reads are over. I hope DraftKings has a fucking sense of humor. That would be a goddamn shame if they just walked away all fucking upset. Now I'm going to eat a carrot. What's up, Jack? What's up, Jack? I almost had a bad joke. Gay Bugs Bunny. What's up, cock? Oh, that was one of the worst ones ever. Anyways, what's funny is I'll probably get complaints from a gay rabbit group. Did you mean that? Were you being serious? What am I doing here? Not Dollar Shave Club. I got to get to the fucking questions for this week. Where are we? Anyways, 37 minutes in. I'll tell you, time flies when you're just stone sober eating vegetables at 10:52 at night. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. What am I? I'm 2 weeks in? 2 weeks in. It's just hard at night. If you notice, when I do the podcast in the morning or in the afternoon, da-da-da-da, ba-da-boo-boo, I'm in a good fucking mood. This is when it's the hardest. Your body's starting to shut down and the devil's starting to wake up. Like, hey, what are we doing?
What are we doing? In Fresno, California, you don't fucking eat no vegetables.
All right, let's get to some of the reads here. Have I talked about everything I wanted to talk about here? The fuck else did I want to mention? Jesus Christ, I almost forgot. One of the guys that basically taught me how to be a comedian unfortunately passed away, 73 years of age. Bob Seibel was laid to rest today, and I just wanted to make sure that I took time to mention what a fucking great guy he was, man. Just such a great guy. He was always cool to me when I started out, and just such a I didn't even know all this shit about him. I'm going to read this link here when they talked about Bob Seibel. He started in 1979. That was the start of a 36-year career in stand-up comedy from a guy whom his good friend and fellow comedian Mike McDonald, who's another fucking hilarious comic, called a fantastic maniac. On stage, Bob made you laugh. Off stage, he genuinely cared about people. And this is what I found amazing about this guy. And actually, I kind of related to it, where he was into a bunch of different shit. Let's see, where the fuck is it? Christ, Bill, why don't you? You're giving a tribute to the guy and you're going to fuck this whole thing up. Well, you know what? You're going to have to deal with me reading out loud here. Those who knew Seibel are aware that his life was lived in two distinct parts, with January 5th, 1977 serving as the line of demarcation. I hope I said that right. That's the day he gave up drinking. Driving into an occupied parked car on Market Street was the final straw. And while his post-drinking life was not much longer in years, 38 versus 35, he was determined to live every day like he was trying to make up for lost time. They say that basically the guy in the Dos Equis commercial, the most interesting man in the world, doesn't have anything on Bob Seibel. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the fuck does that mean? Here you go. Where do you start? Seibel ran more than 30 marathons. This is a monster headline comic. He also ran more than 30 marathons, including the Boston Marathon, 17 times. He was a certified scuba diver who dived, he did cruises. He fucking dove all over the world. An artist, a musician, an airplane pilot. He hiked the Appalachian Trail several times, climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. He went on transatlantic cruises, though not in the traditional manner. He would travel on cargo and steamships and was often the only one on the ship not working. It was his economical way to see the world. That was far from the only traveling he did. In the last 11 years since he and his loving companion reconnected, they dated in high school and lost touch for 44 years. The pair traveled to China, Italy, Morocco, Greece, Turkey, Ukraine, France, Spain, England, Ireland, Iceland, the Bahamas, and Canada. Let me tell you something, dude. That's the way to be a fucking comedian. Is once you're a headlining comic and you're telling fucking jokes and people are coming out to see you, why you would ever get yourself sucked into the industry when you can do all of this shit. How fucking amazing is that? He fucked around for the first 35 years of his life and was still able to do that. And I got to tell you, man, he was one of the greatest fucking guys. And when I started out, I know I've mentioned this before, I started out in March of 1992, and the big 80s comedy boom was crashing hard. And there was a lot of guys that worked in the 80s. They basically had more rooms than actual bona fide comedians. So what happened was I came in during the trimming the fat years. So obviously I did not start off in the greatest rooms, and I ran into some of these bitter guys that were coming back down and had to get day jobs, and some of them were some of the worst fucking people you'd ever want to meet. I forgive them because they were fucking dealing with what they were going through, but some of them, I mean, I know guys that would be like, hey, look at this. It's Wednesday night, fucking 3 years ago, there'd be a line around the block. There's barely anybody here. And I had a guy one time say that to me and say, you know what, if I was starting out now, I'd quit, man. I'd get into something else. It was literally trying to discourage me. That's how desperate this person was. And Seibel was not one of those guys, man. He was just a great guy. Really was interested in who you were and what you did and all that. And he lived a hell of a life. That's another great thing. I'll post this article. One of the coolest things anybody could ever say about you, they said Bob Seibel's bucket list was empty. So I don't know. I definitely just wanted you guys to know who that guy was. He's a fucking great dude, man. All right. So anyways, let's get on to your questions here for the week. Where the hell do I go here? Sorry, I'm on my iPad. I'm on my mini iPad. It's like it's big, but it's small. You know what I mean? All right. Okay, once again, people, if you want to email me and ask me questions, the email is bill@themmpodcast.com. Boston posters are still on sale as of now. There's 175 left. I know I had a lot of problems with the website, but you know me with technology. Also, I'm supposed to remind you guys about bethematch.org. Bethematch.org. It's the bone marrow registry. You give bone marrow, you can save somebody's life. We've had a few listeners that respond that joined the registry at the B Match and tweeted us at what a great experience it was. All right? There you go. That's good karma, too. Whatever horrific thing you do this weekend, you want to balance it out, you can go do that. All right, Galaxy search. As I mentioned, I was looking for a Ford Galaxy. My wife is kind of making me being a little more smart about it, but I already have one fucking old vehicle that I got to get fixed all the time. She's right. But, maybe it needs a friend. Anyways, this guy said, hey, Bill, if you want to search Craigslist nationwide for that Galaxy, try Search Tempest. So there you go. That's for you guys, whatever the fuck you're looking for. www.searchtempest.com. All right, here we go. Let's get into the questions for the week here. New fan from Norway. JUPP. Jup, that's right. New fan. It's possible. Great podcast, great shows. Well, thank you, sir or ma'am. I've seen all your clips on YouTube in the last couple of days now. Summer holidays at the cabins, raining, so thank you. You saved it. Pardon my English, but how's your Norwegian, right? You know what? You got me there. You're way better than I am. I don't know anything other than tak, which means thank you. So somebody could be like, hey, can I shoot you in the head? I'll be like, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. It works. And when you come back, when are you coming back to Oslo? Because I know I see you've been here. I've been there twice, my friend. Next time, call me. He gives the phone number and he goes, not gay. I love when guys do that, not gay. Like, what if you were? That they, like, whatever move you made, I wouldn't, hey, dude, I'm not gay. Yeah, sorry, man. But, I'm flattered. Then it would be over. Then we go cross-country skiing or whatever. I can handle it if you're gay, no big deal. Promise. He said, I promise. I can take you on to a local soccer game. Anyways, best regards, blah, 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 blah. His name's Glenn, named after Glenn Anderson from the Gretzky line from his Edmonton Oilers years. True, my dad's work. What? Valerega, Red Sox, Rangers, New York Giants, L. Beckham Jr. will own 2015-16. You know what, dude? You went off the rails with your English. I don't know what happened there. But you know what? Most important thing, when am I going back over there? Probably next year. I think the last time I was there was the end of 2013, so I am more than overdue because I could go there right now and give you guys all brand new hours worth of jokes. So, and I think this time when I go over there, I'm going to add some Eastern European countries, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Last time I went to Oslo, I met this fucking badass dude who was shredded. It was this little guy who had the most sickest fucking beard. He just did not shave. And his beard went from just under his eyes down to and met his chest hair. This guy was a fucking animal. And he had just come back from Thailand, where 2 months out of every year, this guy goes over there and just gets taught by these masters and gets the shit kicked out of him and comes back here like a fucking... comes back to Norway just absolutely shredded and even more of a deadly weapon than he was when he left. Those are the kinds of people that I like. Those are the kinds of people that you should meet. Because that's the kind of shit, like, you listen like, dude, you can do that? You can just leave where you live for 2 fucking months, go to the other side of the planet, and fight for 2 months? And it's like, yeah, if you set your life up always working towards that, your life ends up going around that shit. So if you're young right now, when you're sitting there, you're getting ready to get out of college, and the whole cubicle life is scaring you, you can set it up however you want to set it up. Just start doing the shit that you want to do, and then your life sort of builds around it. All right? So anyways, all right, weight loss challenge. Hey there, Freckles. I love the podcast and have been trying to get motivated to at least not be that fat. I'm from Wisconsin, so beer and cheese curds are like appetizers before more beer and meats with fried cheeses. Oh, God, dude. You know how hard that is to read right now? You know how fucking great that sounds? Oh, my God. I'd kill for any of that right now. He goes, I'm 5'9", 218 pounds. Big boy! Dude, you're like 4th and goal weight. Give it to you. You'll get it in there, man. 5'9", 218. That's pretty fucking solid, my friend. And he said, how many fucking hoodies do you own? He goes, I've always been active and play sports. There you go. So there's muscle underneath there. You're going to fucking destroy somebody if you start playing rugby. He said, I've always been active and play sports. After your last Monday morning podcast, I was asked by some coworker if I wanted to be their 4th in a relay marathon. Because of your recent fat motivation towards yourself and challenge, I am doing it. All right, good for you. He said this chubby John Stockton Pabst beer-loving bastard has already ran 13 miles this week already and has cut down on the PBR, switching to PBR light. Ha, ha, ha. Thanks for the encouragement. All right, good for you. Yeah, dude. That's the one thing I have noticed since trying to lose weight is runners are fucking... They're all fucking skinny. You don't see a lot of fat runners unless somebody's fat and they decided to run. Other than that, it just sort of melts off of you. My only thing is I don't know how their feet and knees can take it and their back and everything like that. I got this weird thing where I can sort of run on a treadmill a little bit, but if I run outside, if I run on a sidewalk, like I'll go half a block and my knees are like, hey, easy. What are we doing here? What are we doing? All right? Get on the grass and start walking. So My biggest thing that I'm doing is I'm just changing the way I eat. Who's kidding who? I'm taking a break from the way I eat. I'm always going to have steaks and shit like that. But, oh, God damn it. Look at this. I have 3 pieces of cauliflower. I got, like, 2 carrots, 3 little those round fucking tomatoes, and a couple pieces of broccoli. There's nothing. I love broccoli if it's steamed, but if it's completely fucking raw, it is practically impossible to eat. And you know what's even harder is to eat it and actually do a podcast. I bet this has never been done. Has anybody ever just taken a big fucking thing of cauliflower, shoved it in their mouth, and tried to read an email? On a podcast? Podcasting is so young, I don't think it's been done. This is like eating a fucking raw broccoli with nothing on it. This is like, that cinnamon challenge in like a vegetarian way. Here we go. This is so gross. Look at the top of broccoli. It's like, those people with gross tongues? All those little bumps on the fucking tongues. This is fucking nasty. Ah! Oh my God. I never ate an ironing board, but I think this is what it would fucking taste like. This isn't even food. This is the fucking grossest thing. Oh my God. Oh, this is fucking horrible. Broccoli, 2 thumbs down. Broccoli's like part of a comedy team. Like if they were in comedy, they'd have to be part of a team. There's no fucking way this thing could go on stage by itself and hold a crowd. Holy shit. And another thing, too, is it never fucking ends. You will chew broccoli for like 4 fucking hours. Oh, God. All right. Jesus Christ. Anyways. Why did I do this? I still have 2 fucking cheeks full of this shit. I look like a ball player in the fucking 70s and 80s instead of tobacco. It's broccoli. That'd be great if you joined a baseball team. They're all putting my fucking dip in back in the day and you're sticking like broccoli in there. Like, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, it's a little broccoli. It's good fiber. It's good for your prostate. Keeps things moving. Is it good for your prostate? I don't know. It's not good for your mouth, I can tell you that. Ah! Chew it. I never make noises like this when I'm eating steak. That's all I'm saying. You eat steak, you're like, you fucking drop the fork. Unless it's a shit one. You know what I mean? Here's a good rule of thumb. If you walk into a steakhouse and they have steak sauce on the table, you turn around, you walk the fuck out. All right, a good steak does not need sauce. Fucking motherfucker, end it already. How long does this take? Come on. All right, there we go. You know what's funny? That Man versus Food, I never saw him eat broccoli. I know why. I know it sucked towards the end of the challenge, but he always enjoyed the beginning. All right, sorry about that, guys. That was a bad fucking idea. Holy shit. Oh, the only thing worse than that would be eating like a mouthful of hair. All right, badass Russian pilot. Oh, you guys got to see this video. I actually got her name. She's her name is Svetlana. How great is that name? Svetlana Kapanina. Svetlana Kapanina, right? Dear Bill, the Red Burr on. Oh, like the Red Baron. I get it. That's not bad. Since you're a pilot now, I thought you might find this video interesting. Even though I have my license, I do not consider myself... I am a novice, dude. I'm still fucking learning here, obviously. Okay, the Russian pilot is considered the pilot of the century. She's considered the pilot of the century. According to RT News, she is one of the world's most honored aeronauts. Check out the video below. It's a cockpit view of her flying acrobatics around the Black Sea. Look-wise, she is a Russian 7, but when you factor in her pilot skills, she becomes a perfect 10. A Russian 7 is a fucking at least an 8.5 or a 9 anywhere else in the world. They're gorgeous. Seriously, though, this video shows that the Soviets were onto something when they used women as combat pilots in World War II. I didn't know that, by the way. The Germans didn't have a chance against the night witches. I got to look some shit up on that. I hope my internet came back. These fucking dickheads, I paid for it here. Let's see here. Night witches. I got to read about this. But watch the video. We'll post it. And the shit that this person is doing is like just the level of G's. Like, you ever see those guys, like when they just auditioning to see if they can be a jet pilot? And, you know, they send them around that fucking whatever. It's like that carnival ride that you always go on, except it's way faster. And they end up, like, passing out and shit. How she doesn't pass out and knows where the hell she's going. I actually got dizzy watching it. She's fucking unbelievable. All right, Night Witches, everybody. Night Witches is the English translation of some fucking German word that I can't fucking pronounce. A World War II German nickname for the female military aviators of the 588th Night Bomber Regiment, known as the 46th Tamen Guy, blah, 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 blah. How come they haven't made a movie about this? Is it because it's the Russians in the Cold War? Jesus Christ. This has Meryl Streep written all over it. You know they wanted to do it, and instead they did A League of Their Own because the fucking wall hadn't come down in Germany yet. This is amazing. This is amazing. It should be a movie. They must have made one already. The regiment flew harassment bombing and precision bombing missions against the German military from 1942 to the end of the war. All right, this is creepy. How did the Germans know that it was a guy or a woman? You know what happened is they shot one down. They ran over to see if they were still alive, and if they were, they killed them, and then in the end they realized it was a woman. How the fuck did they... I never understood that. How you got to know your enemy that well. Like, you knew that was the... Like, when they're dropping bombs on you, you're sticking your head out. Yeah, it looks like the 588th Night Bomber Regiment. Und so sassy bitches. All right, the Night Regiment, all right, blah, 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 blah. They threw over 800 missions by the end of the war, and 23 of them were awarded the Hero of the Soviet Union title. 30 of its members died in combat. The regiment flew in wood and canvas biplanes. Oh, that's why. Oh, Jesus, they fucked them over. They didn't give them the nice planes. A 1928 design intended for use as training aircraft and for crop dusting. And to this day, the most produced biplane in all of aviation. Oh, my God. Dude, Joseph Stalin, he didn't give a fuck. He'd sacrifice 200,000 fucking of his own goddamn people to get another 100 yards. He didn't give a shit. And put the broads up in those old fucking planes. Do it, or I'll fucking have you killed. It worked, though, right? It worked. He beat their fucking asses. Couldn't beat the people in Finland, though, could he? I still have those fucking broccoli shit in my mouth. I'm going to read more about that, man. That's very interesting. Thank you for that email. All right, what are we up to? 58 minutes. All right, let's get in the last fucking thing here. Let's get the last fucking read in here. All right. Girlfriend with too many guy friends. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I'm still dealing with the broccoli here. Girlfriend with too many guy friends. Hey, old Dr. Bill. I'm a 21-year-old college student, and I started dating this girl at my school 5 months ago. Things seem to be going great, but unfortunately, we've been away from each other this summer because we're from different states. We talk almost every day, but there are some days when I never hear from her at all. I just see her posting different things she does with her friends on social media. I wouldn't have a problem with it, except, hang on a second. What the fuck, broccoli? It's just never done. Sorry. Guys, I promise I won't eat again on the podcast. It's really rude. I know. It's horrible. Sorry. We talk about, I wouldn't have a problem with it, except the majority of the time, it's with a group of dudes. She's always hanging out with about 5 of her friends who are all guys, and then a handful of times, there's other girls there. Every time I see her post something about them, I feel jealous and angry that she's spending all this time with other guys. Not only that, But her most recent post was on a boat with all these guys wearing probably her most revealing bikini. I haven't met any of these guys, so I definitely don't trust any of them. And whenever she's with them and I text her, she takes hours to respond or even waits to the next day. I want to bring it up, how I feel about that, but I don't want to make it feel like I'm telling her who she can and can't hang out with. So what do you think I should do? Bring it up that I don't like how she hangs out with other guys, or just shut the fuck up and trust that she's not up to anything? It would be great to hear from Nia. Thanks, what Nia thinks, to get a female perspective too. I wish she was here right now, because you're going to get my perspective. Anyway, sorry for the long email. Hopefully I didn't use too many big words for you. Go fuck yourself. What do I think about that? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, what would she think if you were fucking hanging out with like 5 other broads and you were wearing a Speedo and you didn't get back to her the next day? She'd probably think that you were fucking around, right? So I would just say to her, say, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but when you post, when you're hanging out, you seem to only be hanging out with other guys. You're on boats. You're wearing skimpy bikinis. It's making me feel uncomfortable here. All right? She's like, well, yeah, trust me. And just go, look, I'm just communicating that it kind of makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, this is real difficult without you seeming like you're fucking checking in on her and being like a jerk. But just ask her. So let me ask you this: if I text you and I didn't get back, if you text me and I didn't get back to you for a whole full fucking 24 hours, all right? And then you see a picture on Facebook and I'm standing there with my ball bag all in a bunch, all wadded up like a fucking packed parachute. Hanging out with like 5 chicks on a boat. I mean, wouldn't you kind of be like, dude, what the fuck? Just ask her, am I out of line here? Then also tell her too, and please tell me, if you're not feeling it anymore and you want to hook up with other guys, just let me know early on. So, the heartache is way less. Just let me know. All right? But, I don't think that it's weird that you're uncomfortable with that. That is fucking weird. Hanging out with 5 guys in your most revealing fucking bikini. Give me you know what the fuck you're doing. No, those are just my guy friends. All right, now I'm getting annoyed. Huh? What are you, a fucking attention whore? I'm going to say all the shit that you can't say to her. This is all the shit you're thinking, and you're totally justified to think of it. And don't listen to any fucking broads who tell you anything different, because if you were doing it, they give you the exact same fucking shit. All right, I got my footing on this one. All right? Just ask her. Just ask her don't do it in the tone that I'm doing it, but you got to ask her what the fuck's going on here. Honey, with all due respect, I mean, it looks like you're in a sausage factory there. Wearing your little skimpy fucking outfit. What's going on? It'd be one thing if you were there with one of your girlfriends. And even then, I'm thinking a little 5-on-2 action, right? What's going on? I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's a fucked up situation. It might be just how she likes. She may be one of those girls. I don't like other girls. I don't get along with other girls. She may be one of those fucking people. Well, really? You like hanging out with guys? Well, why don't you do it with some fucking clothes on? How about that? How about this? Can we make a rule that, you got to put on some fucking clothes when you hang out with these guys? How about that? Because, you're just going to get pissed, and then you're going to start hanging out with some chicks, and just to piss her off, you're going to start taking fucking pictures and not return her fucking text for a day. And you start doing that childish shit rather than just getting right to the fucking heart of the matter there, right? The meat of the matter. Look at this. That's how much, instead of saying the heart, I said the meat. That's how much I'm fucking hating these vegetables. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Anyways, people, if you enjoy this podcast, all right, and you'd like to donate without having to donate, next time you're going to buy something on Amazon.com, go to BillBurr.com, click on the merchandise page, click on the Amazon fucking link, and it just takes you right there. And I get credit for driving traffic to their site. They kick me a little dough. It doesn't cost you any extra fucking money. If you don't want to do it, I completely understand. So anyways, that is the podcast for this week. I'm happy to be fucking stone sober and getting in shape, but tonight was a bad one. I probably should have been more uplifting for people who are trying to do it. You're going to have these fucking nights, but I will tell you this. I am I'm going to finish this fucking plate of fucking broccoli and cauliflower and all that horse shit. And tomorrow morning, you know what? As much as this sucks, I'm going to feel like $1,000,000 and my stomach's going to be a little flatter. Right? You got to be willing to sacrifice. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm so fucking bummed out right now. I can't even fucking... I actually, you know what's funny? Once the English people told me that bummed out means you got fucked in the ass, I can't even say that anymore. What is the real word that I'm trying to say? I'm a little melancholy right now. I'm melancholy with the cauliflower. Anyway, sorry about that. That's the podcast for this week. As always, thanks for listening. And everybody in Ottawa that showed up, man, that was fucking cool as shit, man, to actually perform outside. I have a whole new perspective on it. It made me think of that cool fucking story Joe Bartnick told me about Robin Williams. And it actually, I don't know, kind of reminded me like, hey, you know, you were put here to do this, so quit your fucking whining. You know, what's the matter? It's not a perfect situation, you fucking baby. Get out there and give them a goddamn show, and then you can have a great fucking time. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. So thank you to everybody in Ottawa. And now it's on to Montreal, the Montreal Comedy Festival, and I'm doing 3 goddamn comedy jams, and I'm doing 3 stand-up shows. And we're going to be up there with the lovely Nia, and we're going to be enjoying Montreal. I'm doing 3 songs, playing drums for 3 fucking songs. And I was actually putting pressure on myself for that, like fucking practicing and all that shit. And then I finally remembered, like, hey, isn't playing drums just something you do for fun, Bill? Why don't you work a little more on the stand-up act, okay, instead of the fucking... So whatever. So I'm probably going to fuck up... I know I'm going to fuck up the songs in some way, shape, or form, but I'm going to have a good time. So that is it. That's the podcast for this week. Go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you next week. DraftKings, fucking grow up. Don't be a bunch of goddamn babies. If you're smart, you'll continue advertising here and you'll make some money. If not, you know, thanks for being here for the time you were. All right, go fuck yourselves, everyone.